Hey guys, Tyler here from Silencer Shop to do a tabletop overview on the new Rugged Surge X silencer. This is Rugged's latest iteration, the next evolution of their venerable, time-tested Surge product. And a lot of you are going to be asking right off the bat, what's the difference between this and the Surge that I already know and love? So we're gonna go over that today. A little bit of unboxing for you first. We've done this already, so you'll excuse me, the tools are a little bit loose in here, so I'm gonna do this carefully so they don't fall everywhere. And the audio guy yells at me. But in the box with the silencer will be a whole host of tools that if you're an old Surge owner you're not familiar with. We'll go over those in just a minute. And then the Surge silencer itself, as well as all of your paperwork, which will include obviously your owner's manual, which will have most of the information we're going over today. So if you're a hands-on kind of learner, that's in there for you, as well as a couple of stickers and your registration information. If you already own a Surge, you'll probably think this looks an awful lot like mine, and it does. It's the exact same length in the full-size configuration. They're running with that same Cobalt 6. You've heard the name Stellite thrown around in the silencer world. Cobalt 6, sort of the difference between Kleenex and tissue, brand name versus the generic name. But Cobalt 6 blast baffle and baffle stack, as well as a stainless steel tube and stainless steel front cap and mounting system. Out there is where the similarities start to end. Rugged universal mount on the back of it is removable now, so the Surge you were not necessarily stuck with. It's a good mount system, but that was your only option for mounts. This is that universal hub mount 1 3/8 by 24 thread pitch on the back. So if you're running someone else's mount system, you want to throw a direct thread system on there, whatever you want to do, you've got options for your mounting system on the back, but it does come included with that, as well as a 5/8 by 24 30 caliber Rugged M3 brake. Again, included in the box. So let's start to take this thing apart. If you already own a Surge, you'll notice that this adapt module, which is what Rugged calls their extension tubes on the end, is significantly bigger than the one you have. It's 1 inch longer. So you're going from a 9-inch silencer in the full-size configuration down to a 6.5. So you're getting in this basically the full-size Rugged Surge 9-inch silencer, as well as the Micro 30 in its full-size configuration at 6.5 inches. Same front cap as always. All the Rugged front caps work with this system. There's an included tool in the box for removing your front cap. If for any reason you want to bust this off and run a different caliber specific front cap or something on the end, you certainly can, but also helps when you bust it down into the shorter configuration, take the front cap off and put it back on. Before we do that, however, let's go over some of these other newer tools. If you've got a Rugged Alaskan or something else that uses these, you may already be familiar with them, but there are two basic heat-treated gold tools. The one with the big diameter fits in the front of the silencer, and you'll put it in there and rotate it a bit until it actually clicks into place and drops down in. There's also a little retaining cap that Rugged has gone so far as to actually engrave on there, multi-tool retainer. Screws into the front to hold that tool in place and allows you to put this up into a vise, or if you've got two adjustable open-ended wrenches, you can get creative with it that way. And then this other metal piece goes into the back, and again, rotate until it clicks into place there. And then you can lock the system together on the mount, and then put either wrenches or vise one of them up and put a wrench on the other one and torque them off. To get them back on, you're gonna go with whatever the torque spec is of the mount system you're putting on there. Typically somewhere between 25 and 35 foot-pounds of torque is a general rule, but definitely make sure with whatever mount you're buying there. This is not a muzzle device. There are no threads in the back. Make sure you take this out and don't try and do anything stupid trying to put it on your rifle, anything like that. Once that's back on and tightened to the correct torque spec, you can remove this retaining ring on the front. Take the front tool out as well, multi-tool, excuse me, I'll use the correct terminology. And then if you're putting it into the full-size configuration, put the adapt module back on, back to your 9-inch full-size configuration, and then end cap goes on. Rugged says hand tight. I would say it's hand tight, but not with just your hand. Take the tool, put it on here, and then do hand tight with the tool on there, not just palm tight, if you will. In its full-size configuration, the Surge X is the same size, 9 inches, as the old Surge, the non-X version, but that adapt module is actually 1 inch longer, meaning that the short version of the Surge X is actually 6.5 inches as opposed to the old Surge's 7.5 inches. The big difference in that for me is you're kind of getting two silencers for the price of one, as opposed to that 1.5 inch old adapt module that kind of gave you a full-size silencer and a little bit shorter one. This one gives you a full-size 30 caliber, 9-inch, 1.5 inch diameter silencer and then a short K model 6.5 inch, 1.5 inch diameter silencer. So you can start to tune a gas system. If you're looking to reduce back pressure into your system, you can run it in the short configuration. If you're looking for maximum sound performance, you can run it in the long configuration. If you're going lightweight, if you're going heavyweight, you can kind of start to play with all-in-one silencer and get the best of both worlds. Now for me, the big difference here, I own an old Rugged Surge and I absolutely love that silencer. When Rugged comes out with this, my first question is, do I need to replace my old Rugged Surge? And I am here to tell you, probably not. The old Rugged Surge is still a great silencer, but this one does a couple of things that that one doesn't do. It's a little bit lighter, the short configuration is a little bit shorter, and it's got the ability to remove the mount system on the back of it. If I was chasing overall length and wanted to throw a direct thread module in the back of it to make it even shorter, I could. If I already owned a whole bunch of different muzzle devices and was already tied to another mounting system, I could throw that in here. So if that is something that's appealing to you that your Surge currently doesn't do, it's kind of a no-brainer. But if you're new to the market and looking at a Rugged Surge X, it is built on a silencer that has been around for a while now for a very good reason. It's a fantastic silencer. It's built like a tank. Rugged's unconditional lifetime warranty applies to this as it does to all of their other products. As well, it's belt thread rated. So Rugged's kind of claim to fame is they make a rugged silencer, and the Surge was the first one that kind of put them on the map for that. This one is no exception to that rule. The Rugged Surge X comes in at 9 inches with the included Rugged Universal Mount attached. It is 19.4 ounces. Short configuration. You're coming in at 6.5 inches long and 14.9 ounces in weight. Outer diameter of 1.55 inches at the widest. We had a great time with this silencer out on the range today. For any questions, comments, concerns, jump down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys.